What do we have here? 3, oh, this is a good one. Okay. Oh, I'm like, I'm not having time for a lesson. Ah, man. Oh, no. You guys just need to teach yourselves, and I don't want to do that. No, I'm just joking. I was talking to Mrs. What's her name? Who's the other 11 teacher? Mrs. I don't know her last name, Mrs. Wilkie, and she was saying she's a day ahead of us. And I said, oh man, I have to go quicker. And she said, Mr. Sadler, because you get ripped off 15 minutes every morning for announcement. And I said, you're right, Mrs. Wilkie. So we'll be okay. All right. So I want to be Brad. Ryan, what do we do to solve this one? This one looks awful. How do you solve a quadratic like this? No clue? It's okay. Jason, what do you have to do?
You gotta bring the right side over the left side.
Yeah, it has to, remember, for not just for you, but for everyone, it has to equal 0. That's the only way you can ever solve a quadratic. Question or answer?
Would you care if it goes on the side?
No. Either as long as it equals 0. Now, for me, I'm going to the left. Why am I going to the left in this case instead of the right? No, that's not the reason. Go ahead. Yes, yes, but one thing more than that. Yeah, go ahead. I want the x squared to be positive. It doesn't have to be, but for me, it's just easier in my mind to have it that way. All right. All right, Julia, can you move these over where they turn into, please?
3x squared minus x squared.
Yeah.
Minus 2x.
Yeah.
Plus x.
Yeah.
Minus 7.
Yeah. I'm leaving that up as 2x squared minus x minus 6 equals 0. Now, if you did this quadratic formula, that's fine, okay? But I want you to write this down this way because you will have to do some question, I will say, solved by factoring, okay? Quadratic formula is okay, but it takes you like half your page to do, all right? I know you guys are exact. Like, I know Cassie's got the quadratic formula down like this, okay, right? But factoring is a skill that you should also be able to use, no problem.
Okay, the quadratic formula gives you the x.
Yes, intercept. It gives you the same thing as what we're doing here. This by factor gives you the same thing. The thing is, the quadratic formula is just enormous, though, right? That's the thing. If you can factor it, factor it. All right, Austin, do you have a name for this one, please? Okay. Stop.
So -1, -6.
Oh.
Okay,
Right, because it's got to be this and this, right? Okay, how do you get -12 and -1?
Plus 3, -4.
Okay, plus 3, -4. And again, even if you did it that way, I just like you to humor me and write down this because you need this skill in this course, okay? All right, Tanner.
It would be 2x squared plus 3x minus 4x.
Okay, that is correct, and it will work. Can somebody tell me, though, why I'm grimacing at that solution, though? Nathan, why am I grimacing?
It'd be easier to choose with the 6 and then 4 was with the 2.
Because, like, 2 and 2 and 4 go together, right? Like, that'll still work for an answer, but 2 and 4 is easy to find a common factor, so I'm going to do that, okay? All right. Common factors, please. Go ahead.
Wait, no. Okay. 2x bracket x minus 2 bracket 2 bracket x minus 2 bracket.
3 x minus 2 bracket.
Oops. Yes, I'm going to say right.
Okay, so what she did there, correctly mind you, was 2x and 4x squared, they both divide by 2, right? They both divide by x, so that comes out 2x times x is 2x squared, 2x times negative 2 is negative 4x. 3 times x is 3x, 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. Any other question, or you're good?
If we would drop
As long as you put it back in at the end where you know what I mean, you actually need to do it, right? So, yeah. All right, Chris, next step, please.
So then it would be x minus 2 bracket 2x plus 3.
Yeah, good. All right. Now, sir, last step here, please, is what?
So if you were to find the x-intercepts,
Yes, we do have to find the x-intercepts. Go ahead.
x equals positive 2 and 2x negative 3 and then 5.
just want to say 2x plus 3 equals 0. 2x equals negative 3, x equals negative 3 over 2. Now, I'm sure there'll be someone in this class, let's call him Chris, who's going to want to give me an answer of negative 1.5. Why do I not like negative 1.5? It's a decimal. Yuck. We like fractions, especially for something like this. The exact as humanly possible. You will lose half a mark becoming negative 1.5. If your calculator gives you that on the quad formula, too bad. Leave it as 1/2. I'm sorry, I am in a bad mood about that, but that's what I feel about fractions. I'm sorry about that. 1, 2. Go ahead. I would say solve for x in this question. That's what we worded. I'd say solve for x. I wouldn't say find the roots. I'd say solve for x. Yeah, go ahead.
So if it's just x and then a number in the brackets, can you just put the signs?
Yeah. Yeah. Now we'll do short forms for this because this is sort of a big concept for the year. Okay. Yeah.
What if we solve for x but then tell us the time?
You will get nothing for the question. Like if you do quadratic formula and I tell you a factor, you'll get nothing for the question. I'm telling you the factor. If I just say solve for x here, you may use quadratic formula.
Okay.
Right? But if I say factor and you quad formula, you get nothing, right? Because you're not a factor. Right? So, yeah. All right, here we go. Let's get on to today's lesson. I'm not going to get through as much as I wanted to today, and that's okay. But I want to make sure that we have a good solid foundation here, okay? Today's lesson is called, am I recording this? I hope I am. Yes, I am. Today's lesson is called Completing the Square. Okay, and this is, I don't know if backing is my favorite Completing the Square. I love Completing the Square too. I sort of love all of math actually. So. Can anyone remind me what Completing the Square is? I don't remember what it's used for. Is that a yes or a pass?
It was a
yes,
but I'm not even getting it.
Okay. Someone help me out. What's Completing the Square, remember? Yeah.
Isn't it to put something into perspective?
Yes, it certainly is, okay? So this is used now. I am also need, because I'll force you to remember what vertex form is and how to use it. Can someone remember what vertex form is, what the equation is, please? I'll give you a hint. It starts with y equals. Okay, go ahead.
Y equals mx.
No, that's for a line, okay? You got it? Go ahead.
Y equals x squared bracket. Oh, never mind. Now that's very.
You're close. You're close. Okay, they're not quite.
Negative.
Sort of. Go ahead.
X bracket.
Boy, all right.
Oh, A.
Yeah.
X squared.
I keep forgetting that I'm a professional mathematician and you guys take this up off. I forget about that, okay? Does that look familiar for a lot of people though, I hope? Does anyone remember how to find the vertex from that? How do you pull the vertex from that? Let's go.
You grab h, but not negative h, and then k.
Yeah, it's positive h and k is your vertex. So whatever the number is inside the bracket switches, okay? So let's say it's at x minus 3, the vertex is actually 3. Okay, let's say it says x plus 5. Can you please switch your phone away? Thank you. The same thing. Okay, what does the A tell you? I don't know, from last year.
It's like a stretch.
Yeah, it's a stretch. Simply enough, it's if A is positive, it opens up. If A is negative, it opens down. And I always do this stupid thing. I don't know why I do it anymore. So there's a happy parabola. There's a sad parabola. Okay, so positive A value looks like a happy face, right? Sad parabola looks like a sad face. Okay. So we're going to talk about vertexes here right now for completing the square. Now, there are 5 steps to completing the square. Once you do this a few times, completing the square is really easy, okay? If you don't do the steps, it's impossible. If you don't do your homework this weekend, Noah Solinger, it is tremendously impossible. Weren't you the guy whining about homework? This Friday's a weekend, okay? You gotta complete the square. Here we go. Example 1. I will lead you through this. I won't pick on people for example 1. I'll pick on you for examples 2, 3, 4, and 5. Here we go. So I'm going to say, find the vertex of y equals 2x squared plus 8x minus 3. Okay, so this is the thing I saw. I think I saw. You remember this one? Go ahead. Step 1.
Do y equals 2 bracket x squared plus 8x bracket minus 3.
Good. Hold on a sec. Step 1. Hold on a sec. I'll write down the steps. The step don't you write down once and that's it. Step 1 says factor the x squared coefficient from the first two terms. Okay, so what Luke said, I'll slow down what he said. He got excited. Okay, so we're going to say y equals 2 bracket x squared plus 4x minus 3. Is this looking familiar to most of the class, I hope? Here's step 1. If I'm going too quickly, someone say slow down, Mr. Sadler. If I'm going too slowly, somebody tell me speed up, Mr. Sadler. No one ever says speed up, ever. Speed up. Really? Let's go. Step 2. Who remembers what step 2 is, please? Jason, go.
Do y equals 2 bracket x squared plus 4x plus 4 minus 4.
Yeah. Okay, so what we're going to do is take half of the x coefficient and square it. Okay. So what I'm going to do is put a little arrow down here, so like arrows. I'm just going to write 4 divided by 2 and squared. Okay, can someone other than Luke remind me where that 4 came from? Chris?
From the 4x.
Right on. It's the coefficient in front of the 4x, okay? 4 divided by 2 is 2. And then 2 squared is 4. Okay, so you guys want me to go fast? No one wants me. I want to make sure I understand this.
You're gonna have to read my section.
Okay, so all I did was, we'll do lots, so it'll be really easy in a second. But I just took this number and divided it by 2 and squared it. So what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to add and subtract this, because remember, I'm trying to make something squared inside the brackets, right?
Okay.
That's what we're trying to do here, okay? Okay, step 3, someone other than Luke. I don't remember what step 3 is. Minchan, go ahead.
Yeah, then get 2 bracket x squared. Oh wait,
Yeah.
take the negative 4 out.
Okay. Oh boy, you guys are ahead of me. Yes, that's step 4, but we'll go ahead. Step 3 is going to say add and subtract 4. But yeah, you got it exact there. You guys remember this stuff. Again, this is 3U. You guys know this stuff. So it's going to be y equals 2 bracket x squared plus 4x plus 4 minus 4 minus 3. The reason I did that was I need that plus 4. That's what I need inside the brackets. The negative 4 I don't need. You can't just be adding 4s to equations because that doesn't work. You have to do the minus as well. So what Minchan said was step 4, and I'll write that down now, is to remove the negative 4 from the brackets. All right? So step 4 is going to say remove the negative from the brackets. By multiplying. Okay, so in order to get rid of that negative 4, I have to multiply it by 2. Right? It's like foiling, right? You're going to foil the negative 4 to get it out. Still with you from last year, I hope? Yes, good. Okay. So it's going to say y equals 2 bracket x squared plus 4x plus 4 minus 8 minus 3. Okay, can someone please tell me where that negative 8 came from? Because this is the thing that's tricky. Question or answer, right?
Is you multiplying by the outside?
Right on. Positive 2 multiplied by negative 4 is like foiling, right? And step 5,
Did you see multiply x?
always, always, always. Like these steps stay the same always. The number, like we'll never write these steps out again in my life. I'm writing this once and never again. Jason, go ahead.
And you have y equals 2 bracket x plus 2 bracket squared minus 1.
Okay. I'm going to say factor the brackets using the underlying number. And this is why this completing the square step, step 2 is so powerful, because this underlying number right here will always be what you factor. Okay, there's no brain power involved at all. It's just follow the steps. So this is going to be y plus 2, x plus 2 squared negative 11. All right. Can someone, I don't even remember where I stopped. I have no idea. Chase on your out. Sorry. I appreciate your enthusiasm, but you're out. What is the vertex and which way does it open? Press who you're out to, so I don't think we're raising their hand. Go ahead.
Opens up. Vertex is it just 2 to 11? Or
No,
negative 11?
no, well, negative 2. This one switches, right?
Yeah,
It's a
negative
2
2 to negative 11.
and opens up. Okay. Once you're done scribbling that, can everyone close your eyes? Oh, sorry, question first. Yeah, go ahead.
Did you just do like
One more time, sir. No. What I did was I took this number. This is this plus 2 here is whatever this number is over here in the on your side step.
so it's always pretty
It's always going to be that number, right?
squared?
Yes. Not the square part. Before it's square. Yeah.
So you, yeah. When you do 4 into the bracket.
That disappears. That's what x plus 2 squared is. And I get this answer to go anything else. If I do x plus 2 squared and I FOIL it out, that's x plus 2 and x plus 2, right? Which is x squared plus 2x plus 2x plus 4, which is x squared plus 4x plus 5. Right? So, but I instantly took it back in one step from that. All right, can everyone close your eyes, put their heads in their desks for a second? I got to realize how much time I can spend on this. Tanner, that goes for you too. Close your eyes. If you're afraid of the desks, that's okay. Who feels outstanding about what just happened? Who feels sort of good but could use some more practice? Who feels hideous about what happened there? That's great. No hideous. That's good. Okay. More practice is good. That's what we're here for. I think we're going to do a few more examples and stop. We're not going to move on. Go ahead. Oh, it opens up because this positive 2 is positive, right? So the number in front of the bracket opens up. Here we go, example 2. I want you guys to try this one yourselves, please, okay? I'm going to give you about 5 minutes to do it. Once you are a pro at this, you can do this in about, not at all. So we're going to say find the vertex of. We're going to say y equals negative 3x squared plus 6x plus 1. Okay? You can do this, okay? What I recommend, if you don't know what's going on, raise your hand. Secondly, follow the 5 steps. The steps don't change. All right? Pause here and, 18 minutes. Ugh.